When you're an autistic man, you might not realize this, but this is how you come off, bro. Especially to women. So I remember the first time when I was genuinely happy in my life was in high school, when I started receiving attention from pretty girls. When pretty girls were saying hi to me, were smiling at me, were even initiating conversations with me. I thought that because those pretty girls were giving me attention, that they were into me, that they were attracted to me, and that I was attractive to girls. And that made me feel so good about myself. It made me feel so proud of myself. And I remember that that was the first time I was like really happy. I really loved myself. I really loved who I was, and I was like, oh yeah, I am this attractive guy to women. And then my crush rejected me, and at first I was confused because I did not understand how she could reject the attractive women's dream. But then other girls would reject me, and I got like no matches and no results on dating apps, and much more. Girls were like really cold towards me when I was in uni and stuff. And eventually I realized that I am not as attractive as I was, and that apparently feeling happiness from receiving attention from women is wrong, that it makes you a simp, and that you should not focus on girls. You should focus on yourself, and girls will come as a bonus. You need to stop chasing girls. You need to stop obsessing over being attractive to women. You need to stop putting your happiness in like the hands of others. You need to stop craving validation from pretty girls as a man. And all that advice made me fucking angry, because sure, I was a simp and I was all that, but being the simp, it made me happy. It was genuinely the first time I was really happy and I really felt good about myself. And then I felt like all the people that told me that I should not focus on girls as a man, that all those people brutally took that happiness away from me. Like this happiness, it was really my first time having happiness. It's kind of like losing your virginity, like having sex for the first time and then realizing that the person you literally gave your virginity to was like a toxic person or whatever and wasn't right for you and was horrible to you. That's like how I felt. Like this was the first time that I felt happiness. And then everyone told me, you should not feel happy from this and that. Happiness should come from within. Happiness should come from God, from whatever. And so I felt like that happiness was taken away from me, that it was brutally stolen. And I was fighting all those years to get that happiness back, to stand up against all the people that try to brutally take away that happiness from me. But now, looking back on this, I realize that this is a big autistic trait. Like, I am autistic. I am diagnosed with autism. And when you have autism, it is very common to think that girls that are nice to you, that they like you, when in reality a lot of them are just trying to be polite to you. And yes, this made me happy, and it gave me like that first time happiness, and so I will defend my happiness. I will stand up for my younger self that felt that like special happiness, that special thing for the first time, only for the world to brutally take away that from him. And so I am not gonna criticize my younger self. I'm not gonna be harsh towards my younger self. I don't want to be like a hypocrite and be like part of the world that brutally takes away that happiness from my younger self. And if you are like my younger self and you maybe right now watching this feel like happiness whenever a pretty girl gives you attention, I neither want to take that happiness away from you. However, I will say this, that when you try to look at like the other person's perspective, when I try to look at this whole situation from not my own perspective, but from the perspective of those pretty girls that were giving me attention, I realize that I was being fucking creepy. Sure, it made me happy. It was like the first time I was happy, and that happiness was something special to me, which I treasure. And so I'm not gonna call my younger self out and be like, my younger self was horrible! But I do realize, I am aware of the fact that from the perspective of those pretty girls, my younger self was creepy. My younger self was basically like this. And that is because, try to think from this, like, from the perspective of a pretty girl. Like, imagine being a pretty girl and you just try to be kind to someone, and so you smile at them, you say hi to them, and then all of a sudden that person feels like he thinks you love him, and now he has like fantasies of like marrying you and sleeping with you and starting a family together, and now all of a sudden you feel like you owe that person all of that. You owe sex to that person, you owe a relationship, just because you wanted to be kind to him. And so when you are that guy who gets like happiness from receiving attention from pretty girls, just understand that, holy crap, why is my stomach fucking burping? Okay, I will eat soon, I'm maybe fucking hungry. Anyways, where was I? Fuck! I lost my train of thoughts, all because of my fucking burping stomach. Okay, where was I? Yeah, okay, yeah. When you are like a young man who feels happiness whenever a pretty girl gives you attention, just realize that girls are probably creeped out by you, bro. Like, don't be surprised if girls are creeped out by you. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be one of those like boomers, one of those like party poopers who is like, you are wrong for being happy from getting external validation from girls. That is wrong. You are a fucking idiot. Like, we are entitled to happiness. Just don't be surprised when girls become creeped out by you, and when girls stop being nice to you as a result, because they are afraid that you will start like latching onto them, that you will start becoming overly clingy just because a girl gave you attention. And so my message with this video, if you are someone in this situation, my advice is that when a girl is nice to you, when she like smiles at you, when she initiates a conversation with you, do not start like fantasizing and daydreaming all of a sudden about marrying this girl and having sex with her and starting a family with her like literally the same night just because she was nice to you. Like, do not think that just because this girl like initiated a conversation with you that now all of a sudden it means that you two will grow old together. Live in the moment. Like, do not fantasize about the future with this girl. Live in the moment. Right now, this girl is giving me attention. Right now, I will be nice to this girl back, and I will see what happens. Right now, live in the moment. Because when you live in the future and you like daydream about becoming together with this girl, like, do not be surprised when a bunch of pretty girls will be creeped out by you, when they will be freaked out by you, is what I'm saying. And if you are in like a situation where you suspect that a girl is into you just because she was nice to you and now you catch feelings with her, my piece of advice then would be to be upfront with her and explain, like, hey, listen, so I have autism, like, I have those problems. I usually confuse people liking me with people just being nice to me, and I am, like, suspecting that you like me. I hope I don't ruin, like, if we have a friendship going on or whatever, I hope it doesn't get ruined, like, just because of, like, my autism. And so I need you to know, are you actually, like, interested in going on a first date with me, or are you just trying to be nice or whatever? And, like, try to see things from, like, their perspective, and so be like, look, I am so sorry if I make you feel bad, just because if you feel like I am entitled to you and sleeping with you just because you're nice with you, I really don't want you to think that way. Like, be upfront with them if you, like, are suspicious that a girl actually is, like, into you just because she's nice to you, and you, like, struggle with this. So this is all, like, my piece of advice if you do not want to come off like this.